Hi, I'm Jace Pettinese, partner here at Cutcher & Neal, with a brief federal budget summary for individuals and businesses, and more importantly, what these changes mean for how you structure and position your financial strategy. This year's federal budget is less about quick wins and more about resetting the rules. We're seeing a clear shift away from generous concessions towards a system that's more structured, more disciplined, and much more focused on long-term stability. For business owners and investors, that matters because structure now plays a bigger role in outcomes than ever before. There are a couple of straightforward positives for employees and sole traders, including a new $1,000 instant tax deduction and a $250 working Australians tax offset from 2027. These measures simplify the system and provide some breathing room, with only a modest impact. What will make the biggest difference to long-term wealth is not these offsets, but how your income, assets, and investments are structured around them. One of the most significant changes is the introduction of a 30% minimum tax on discretionary trusts from 1 July 2028. Trusts aren't being scrapped, but the way they're used is clearly changing. For many who have relied on income splitting, this is a moment to pause and reassess. Is your trust still the right vehicle? What are the cash flow implications? The good news is there's a transition period and rollover relief, but those who plan early will have far more options. From 1 July 2027, the traditional 50% CGT discount is being replaced with an inflation-adjusted model and a minimum 30% tax on real gains. This applies to shares, property, and other long-term investments. The message here isn't to stop investing, it's to be more intentional. Ownership structure, timing, and asset selection now matter far more when it comes to after-tax returns. Negative gearing will be limited to new builds from July 2027. Property can still be a powerful wealth tool, but it needs to stack up on fundamentals, cash flow, long-term value, and structure. Tax outcomes are no longer doing the heavy lifting on their own. For SMEs, there are some generally positive measures. The $20,000 instant asset write-off being made permanent, 2-year loss carryback rules to support cash flow, and loss refundability for eligible startups. These incentives reward businesses that invest, grow, and plan with intention, but they work best when aligned to a broader strategy. Our view is simple. These changes require disciplined planning, proactive decisions, and a long-term mindset. If you haven't revisited your trust arrangements, investment structures, or tax positioning recently, now is the right time. Get in touch with an advisor to understand how these changes affect you and how to move forward with clarity and confidence.